Peace and love. It's wonderful to be here again with you today. Let's do a goddess reading for the upcoming week. So these readings are timeless. Anytime you come across them, they are meant for you. Okay. So we'll start with my faith, one of my crystal oracles. All right. Thank you, Spirit, for the higher knowledge. Thank you, ancestors, for your courage and strength. Thank you, Most High, for the gift of life. Spirit, what message do you have for us as we head into the week? What energy should we be aware of as we move into the week? All right, so past life patterns. Let's get another one. We'll keep that in mind. Spirit wants us to be aware of things from the past that might be holding us back from moving into a newer chapter and moving into our truth. All right, mental strength. So Spirit is saying it's time for us to be strong. It's always time for us to be strong, okay? And then on the back we have detoxifying. So detoxifying the body, detoxifying the mind, detoxifying our environments, whatever that means for you. Today we'll be using the Black Goddess Within Oracle by Giovanni Washington. I just like to show you all the decks just in case. I highly recommend this. Very beautiful. It's a Hay House deck. But before that, let's get some more cards. Spirit, tell us about the mental strength, all right? And detoxifying. Why is that needed? What do you need us to know about that? What do you need us to know? Thank you. And I'm going to get a little sip of my tea after this. Acceptance. All right. So accepting ourselves for who we are. Okay. Put this up at the top of the detoxifying. Accepting that we need to make changes in our lives. It says detox. Right. And balance. So through this detoxifying process, this detoxification process, we bring about balance in our life. Bringing about balance is going to also bring about that mental strength that we need. It's going to help fortify our minds. But Spirit is saying that you need the mental strength in order to detoxify. So it could be moving out of a difficult situation, okay? It could be just as simple as changing your diet, thinking about your health. On the bottom, we have conflict. So a lot of times this card comes up when we're thinking about family matters, when we're thinking about work matters. The main thing that it means with conflict is not necessarily conflict with other people. It's conflict with who you are. It's conflict of itself. It means that you aren't walking in your truth always. And it's not always easy to do. But in order to access the higher spiritual knowledge, you need to have an acceptance of self. You're accepting your differences. You're accepting your point of view. You're accepting your way of worshiping spiritually. You're accepting your creativity. You're accepting how you speak, your voice. All those things bring about your truthfulness. If you don't love yourself properly, if there are things that you don't care for, Spirit is saying that's where that detoxification comes in, right? But be careful about detoxifying the self, right? Because things that you might not like about who you are might be the purpose of why you're here. That might be the beacon or the light for others. Let's see what goddess energy we have. Underneath that, we have past life. So we had past life patterns earlier. So Spirit is saying something from the past, something holding us back, an idea that we had about ourselves, things given to us from our parents, things given to us from somebody from long ago. And it could be a past life energy, healing, lesson, but past life could be 2 months ago. It could be a year ago, how far you want to take it, right? So Spirit is saying it's something from the past that you're holding on to. It's something that's limiting your full potential, all right? It's something that's keeping you from accepting certain parts of yourself. when we on this channel we talk about the shadow side and the healing and the power that comes from acknowledging the shadow or those deeper parts of us that we want to keep hidden, because a lot of times in those parts of us are the gifts and are the reasons for being on this planet, because through the shadow and through the darkness comes the light that we share with others. So make sure you're taking time to go into that shadow process, finding out those deeper parts of you, all right? And transmuting them with this detoxification energy. And how can I make those things work for me? How can I make those things enlighten my way forward? If that makes any sense. Let's go ahead and get a goddess energy. Spirit, what goddess can help us as we work towards acceptance, as we work towards bringing about mental strength and balance into our lives? Friends, this is everyone. This is me. This is you. This is anybody. If we aren't constantly working towards loving ourselves and constantly working towards dealing with energies from the past, then we're not human. We're not spirit beings living a human experience. That's why we're here. This isn't a one and done situation. Nobody is above this. This is a vulnerable energy, but it's a powerful energy. I work on this energy daily. That's why I'm doing this work. Spirit says accept what I'm supposed to do here and utilize my voice, whether people hear it or not. And I come here and I do it. It takes mental strength. If I come on here and I do it, whether people listen or not, it brings my life into balance. Maybe I'm not well known, but I feel good in my spirit. I'm able to sleep better at night. I'm able to know that my ancestors are able to speak and say what they need to say through me. I'm able to exercise my voice properly. If I shut my voice off, close my heart up, that's one thing. If I shut my voice off, then my life won't be in balance. I'll be confused about what's going on. I'll have turmoil when it comes to my purpose. I won't know which way to go. I'll be looking for others for, what do I do? Let me do this. Am I going the right way? Am I saying the right thing? And that's the problem, all right? Detoxifying thoughts that you have about yourself. That's really what it's about. I can't make things work. I can't make things happen. Nothing is turning for me. Things are exactly the same. Things have been the same the last few years. Nothing has changed. I'm still dealing with the same people. I'm still in the same environments. Before we can toxify the environments, we have to detoxify the thought process. We have to detoxify that process first. How are we speaking? Speaking is the first step to healing. Speaking out loud is speaking to yourself. I love who I am. I accept myself for my differences. I accept the way I speak. I accept the way that I see the world. I honor that. I honor those who came before me. I walk in my truth. If you're not there yet, I'm walking in my truth. I'm walking towards my truth. Divination. Listening for the signs. Listening for that higher level knowledge. Listening to yourself. Acknowledging the higher self. If you can't hear the higher level knowledge that comes to you in your mind through your dream space, through your waking space as you're walking throughout the day, Spirit, help to illuminate me. I'm ready now to hear the messages. I'm ready to quiet my mind to hear the messages. I'm here for you. Ancestors, whatever you have to say to me, thank you so much for your presence. I love you. I'm waiting to hear the messages. Thank you so much. Speak it and wait for it. Have patience, but believe in it. A lot of things when it comes to divination, a lot of things when it comes to spiritual work and spiritual belief, it's the idea of speaking it and believing it, okay? But you can't just speak and believe. You have to move towards it. You have to pick your foot up one behind the other and move in that direction of the truth. Altar. That's a video that's coming up that I want to talk about. Making sure that you're honoring your own self, your own altar. The body is an altar. Purifying yourself with this water. All right? Purifying yourself with smoke, cleansing the body, right? Honoring your body exactly the way it is, where you are in this moment, with rolls, with sagging titties, if that's what you got, with cellulite, if that's what you're dealing with, older, getting older, becoming more beautiful in my eyes, graying, if that's what's going on, you know, feeling sick about your body, things like that. Detoxifying those thoughts from the past, bringing about healing into the body if you feel pain. Spirit is saying honor the altar, which is the self. Pour love into your body through communication with it. Your knees hurt, you talk to them, Come on. Love on yourself properly. As you honor the altar of the body, you honor your ancestors. No matter who you are, your ancestors experienced something that you haven't experienced. And I can say for a Black woman, I honor my ancestors by loving myself as much as I can. Doesn't cost money to love yourself, but I like to honor myself in ways they might not have been able to honor themselves. All right? My ancestors weren't hopping into a bubble bath. They weren't getting out the bath salts. You know what I'm saying? Come on. They weren't buying themselves roses necessarily. They weren't treating themselves to a perfume or eating, the best meals all the time. They were in survival mode. How can we train ourselves to get out survival mode? Our ancestors went through it, but we give thanks to them for that because we are alive, right? But they say that we honor them by slowing the body down, detoxifying those thoughts from the past, that fear-based running, wanting, always needing, always trying to grab for something. Slowing the body down, slowing the mind down, and just working with what we have, working with the body that we have, loving and honoring the body that we have. We do that, we honor them. They didn't necessarily have a slow pace. Maybe on some days they did. Always watched. Somebody's always looking, always wanting more from them. In this day and age, you can say no more. I don't care who you are. You can say no. I need a break. I'm done. And if you're masculine listening to this reading, it's for you as well. We all carry masculine and feminine energy. As a matter of fact, understanding your feminine energy will allow you to access your masculine energy and vice versa. Neither should be neglected. They're celebrating. We're not getting any. Okay, hold on now. Where the goddess is at? They're celebrating us. They're celebrating us as we honor ourselves. That's just a blessing in itself. That's just the goal. That's the magic right there. That's the reward. That's the $1 billion prize. That's everything. Honoring yourselves for those who weren't able to honor themselves in the way that you can now. In tandem spiritually, you share with them that energetic connection. We've talked about that on this channel. Go back and look at other videos. Divine Feminine Readings is there. But every time I slow my body down, every time I honor the way that I look, every time I honor what I bring to the table, I detoxify those energies of people who said that I wasn't enough or wanted me to feel like I was nothing, that I was trash, that I wasn't important, that I didn't mean anything. Inconsequential. Afterthought. When you know we were made of spirit, came from the earth, we return to it, we give thanks for that. Nothing more powerful. But because they couldn't slow down, we can. We honor the altar. We honor the body. We detoxify ourselves from the conditioning of the world. And in turn, we're healing the body from sickness, from stiffness, from disease, from inadequacy. Moving in our own rhythms. Some of us just need to take a nice hot bath. When you hop in that bathtub and you put your Dr. Teals in, sprinkle it with some rose petals and give thanks for your ancestors and say, this is for you. And you sit there and you ask them to talk with you and give you messages. You give thanks. You walk out and you believe you have power. No matter what's happening in the world around you, you have power. The power exists within the self. A lot of times people believe the power exists with exerting it over other people. The power exists within the self. The mind, the mental strength. The people out here operating in fear, they don't have mental strength. They don't have fortitude. They can't stand on their own 2 feet properly. They have to hurt and harm others and step over others and stand on others. But with true power and true mental fortitude, you bring about balance. But that's the true strength. That's the power. It's a falseness in the world between weakness and power. It's flipped. It's flipped. Those believe that power is power, but in truth, the vision of power that they see is actually weakness. It's cowardice, criminal behavior, base behavior. I'm going to look at her because she revealed herself. So let's look at Tanit. All right, so Tanit. Standing in front of her temple, Tanit reigns over everything as far as the eye can see, from the land of her temple to where the heavens meet the horizon. Tanit is a warrior who advocates for and protects sailors, cities, and children. Some describe her as luck, while others call her fate. No matter what you call her, Tanit is discerning with her grace and good fortune. So beware, without proper adulation, Tanit is likely to withdraw her gifts. Tanit and her wisdom have persisted throughout centuries, surviving a stream of interloping attackers who would see her and her legacy erased. But Tanit persists. While nothing but the ruins of colonizers remain, Tanit is still recognized and worshipped, not only in her temple, but also now in maritime traditions across the globe. Her symbol is a circle on top of a triangle, separated by a bar representing arms. It is often found underneath a crescent moon, illuminating sailors' path around the world. Tanit's symbol guides the seafaring to safety, success, and liberation. If you have drawn this card, the ancestors are calling you to have courage, to be discerning about who is granted access to you, to navigate that which you are asked to do endure with patience and power. Freedom and success are yours to gain once you travel the stormy seas that surround you. Peace.